give you all the glory. Oh, be lifted above all the gods. We lay our crowns and worship. Oh, glorious God.
Good evening. Good evening, friends. Good evening,
Glorious God.
wherever you are. Good evening. Good evening. I just want to welcome you tonight to a quick broadcast on Impact Royal TV. So wherever you are, friends, can I just encourage you to share on your wall, to subscribe to our TV channel, particularly on a day like this, on every Monday, where we have something to challenge, something to provoke, and something to basically make you to think and reflect on issues around you. You can connect on Facebook, YouTube, and just subscribe and guess what? Anytime we are on, you will be alerted. There's always something in need for you to learn. I'm not talking from the perspective of someone that know it all. So I'm a learner myself. Not from the perspective of someone that have monopoly of knowledge. Far from it. But from talking from the perspective of someone that have a bit of idea to share with you. So you're welcome this evening to something in it for you on Impact Royal TV. You see, the world today is going through issues, crises, nations at war with one another, family at loggerheads, economy too is not smiling, and can also imagine at this time of the year you find some nation that's supposed to be enjoying sun, and they're having torrents of rain, and you begin to ask yourself that where is the whole thing, where is the whole world is going, what's going on, what is happening? And you also look at the economy. The economy, as I've said, is not smiling. People losing their jobs. AI, you've never, sometimes, we enjoy this issue of AI, but I've been raising concerns for months now that this type of new technology is going to increase unemployment rate. Lots of people are going to lose their jobs. Intellectual ability is going to be challenged. And what kind of products are we going to be producing? When I say product, I mean in terms of academia. So these are some of the things that the technology that we have all around us today may likely cause. So, but that's not the area that I want to look into tonight. I'm just saying all this to let you know that yes, the world we are in now is a world of challenges, a world of difficult movement from nations to nations, from community to community, from family to family, so many things is going on. It is basically a chaotic world. So how do you now navigate yourself through this process, through this period of chaos that the entire world is going through. And that's what I choose to say today, that you need to have what I call plan B. Now, what is your plan B? And that is the question. What is my plan B? I know what my plan B's are. But I'm challenging you tonight that do you have a plan B? If you lose your job today, who is going to take care of you? How do you pay your bills? How do you pay your mortgage? Is your health not going to suffer? How do you put food on the table? The shelter over you, where is it going to come from? Where will you run to? Who are you going to go to support you? But don't forget that where things were good with you, so were you able to support other people? Were you able to be there for them? Because you see, life is like it's like a box. What you put into that box is what you're going to take out. If you put nothing in the box, then there's nothing for you to pick at the end of the year or at the end of whatever time that you may need to go to inside that box to go and take something out. If you put empty, the box will take the empty. But when you go there to come and take something out of it, you will meet the same thing, emptiness. So life is about purpose. Then what drives your purpose? Because if there's nothing that is driving your purpose, then you are like a car without a fuel. So how do you run? How is your car going to run? You have no fuel. Okay, fine. You may say, well, in today's world, so you may not need fuel. You may need electric car. But if your electric car is not charged, how do you run it? So it still boils down to that the car is not going to run itself. There is something that needs to power it. So what is your plan B if things get bad tomorrow? What's your plan B? And that's what I want to provoke you tonight, to start to think about it. That look, plan B is alternative. And if this one fails, I have something to fall back on. I have something that I can rely on, that can depend on. Look, your own may be to invest in your children, maybe to invest in your relations, it may be to invest in your community, it may be to invest in people that really matters to you as a way of securing your plan B. You see, get this clear. If you look at the biblical perspective that Jesus talks about the 10 maidens that he healed, you see, it's not all the 10 of them that do not return. Some came back to come and show sense of appreciation. You may help 100 people. It may be 2 or 3 or 4 people that will remember you in the days of your trouble, in the days of your challenges. And that may be your own plan B. So, but I'm just saying this to you that look, don't put all your eggs in a basket. Don't put all your eggs in a basket. If you do, I pray that you will not regret your life tomorrow. You will not regret it. Because those that put all their eggs in the basket will know what becomes of them. So, in getting yourself ready for plan B, then the first thing you need to do is for you to have a plan. Plan B is also a plan. God is a God of plans. If one fails, there is an alternative. See, the moment Adam and Eve disappointed in the fail, he drove them out of the garden. He quickly went into plan B. And that plan B is Jesus Christ. So don't just put all your eggs, that is the key issue, in the basket. Have plan B. Have plan B. If you do not want to walk on the path of failures, if you do not want to become a beggar towards the end of your life, if you do not want to be ridiculed, if you do not want, you to be talked down on, then you need to have a plan B. Your plan B may be some of those things that I mentioned. Your plan B may be, well, maybe you need to be saving 10 pounds every week somewhere. Close your eyes about it, just put it there. It may not be sufficient for you when you're in your old age, but there is something. It is better than nothing. So you need to have that plan, otherwise you will walk on a path of failure. And you walk on a path of failure. You see, when you see successful people that are successful in business, one of the things that is very prominent amongst them is that they have a business plan. They have a business plan. So in life too, you need to, have a plan. What is your plan? If the plan that you're building your life on, if it fails, then what do you do? Do you plan for alternatives? Do you plan for other way out? How do you get out of the box? How do you get out of that situation that you are in? A time is going to come that you may not have the physical ability to do what you're doing now. Your strength may not be able to permit you. Even at a time, your knowledge will start to come down bit by bit, because your knowledge can no longer be as sharp as it was when you were in school, when you were studying, when you were fully engaged. Yeah, I was talking to with someone recently, and I was like, some of the things I have studied in my life, right now you tend to forget them until when you pick up the books, or when you now need to go and do certain research. Now remember, I know this, I've read this, I've done work on this, I've done things on this, I've done things on that. Because you see, at the time when you were younger, your brain can take a lot of things, but now your brain cannot take lots of those things. And guess what? So deterioration will start to creep in bit by bit. So what is your plan B? Now, what about your health? How about your health? You see, let me say this to you. It doesn't matter where you live in any part of the world. It doesn't matter where you live. But thank God for NHS in the United Kingdom. And to some extent, NHS has been good to us. We bless, those that are behind it. We bless the name. We bless God for all the NHS staffs, the government that made that provision available. But can I tell you something? If you really, really want to get a good result, and you do not want to be put on a waiting list, you are still very young, you are still agile, you are still working, you are fully employed, then do something tonight. Go and get yourself medical insurance. You see, for almost about 10-15 years, I have medical insurance. And about 3 or 4 years ago, I just felt that I've been paying this medical insurance almost about £600-700 every year. I never used it. I never, no cost for it. And I decided to stop it. It was that same year there was need for it for me. And I have already stopped it. I did not renew it again. It was that same year there was this need for me. So I just want you to start to look at that. Look, when you have medical insurance, you are not going to be on the waiting list. No. They will find an hospital to quickly deal with it, because money talks. And some of this, I do not work for any insurance company. Don't get me wrong. I do not work or consult for any insurance company. So I'm just telling you that you need to have a plan B for your health if your health matters. And in the part of having plan B for your health, there are certain things that you need to let go. The kind of food that you need to let go. The kind of exercise that you need to embrace, the time you need to sleep, and all these things will only elongate your life. They are all part of your plan B. Because if you die at work, the work will still continue. So they will find someone to replace you. And that's the way it is. That's what life is all about. So you just have to make sure that there is a plan for you. There's a plan for you. As I've said, that many people fail because they are trying to execute one single plan. And when that plan fails, they become dejected. They become frustrated. They become disappointed. Because they put in all their skills, all their intent, all their ability, everything that made them, they've already put it into that plan. And life, things can happen. Things can happen, trust me, things can happen. It may not be your fault, it may be external forces that is beyond your control, external factors that is beyond your control. If the economy of a nation or the world is in a mess, then it may affect your business, it may affect your company, it may affect your employer. So anything can happen. So, and that's the way you should begin to think. You begin to think. I said this in I don't know what I said, maybe one of the programs that I did, that when the former president of Nigeria, Buhari, made a statement that you need to go, that graduates need to go and learn skills, some people started to, drag him, rubbish him and all that. But look at it this way. You may not like his policy, you may not like him, but that statement is a statement of fact. It's a statement of fact. I have relations, I have friends, that decided that, while they were in uni, they started to learn skills. And they learn skills, and guess what? So by the time they finish, they're not looking for employment. As a matter of fact, one particular lady very close to me, she became her own employer when she was to go for national service. Her business employed her, and she served in her own business. So while she was still a student, she was already into business, doing things, learning how to sew, how to tailoring, designs and all that. So she became, while others are still looking for a job, she's already becoming an entrepreneur. Now, so if you get out of university, that you have your certificate, it's still not a guarantee that you're going to get a job. It's not a guarantee. University is to teach you, is to give you ability to analyze, to give an analytical mind, ability to reason, to see things, to dissect things, to come up with solutions, probable solutions or answer to issues. Not just that, because you've had a degree will guarantee your success. That is not true. A degree will not guarantee your success. So you need to start to think that what happens tomorrow if my employer go bankrupt, and you are at a certain age that some employer will not be willing to employ you, because they want younger people. So what happens to you? So you can see, and as a younger person that just came out of the uni, what skill do you have? What skill? Where you were still in the uni, all those holiday time that you have, what stops you from having a skill? That is plan B. That if you come out of the uni, that there is no employment for you, then you can create one yourself. You can begin to make use of your skills to sustain yourself, instead of you becoming olosho or prostitute, or you becoming Yahoo 419, scamming people, lying on the social media, becoming a social beggar. Look, there are things that you can do. It is in this type of economy, according to the biblical perspective, that some people get blessed. Some people find vision. They find a way out. They establish themselves. They establish their life and establish their family, and they were able to turn things around. They look for what people were looking for, what people actually need. That they work on me, and guess what happened? Their story changed. Their story changed. So plan B. Then the next point I want to share with you before I call it a day today is that if you're a careless person, then you will not think of plan B. Carelessness is dangerous. Never be careless about your tomorrow. Never be careless about your life. Never be careless about food on your table tomorrow. Not today, but tomorrow. Never be careless about food, about shelter over your head. Not today, but tomorrow. You see, never be careless about your health as well. You may think that you're still very young, that you're not going to be young for the rest of your life. No, you're not going to be. You see, gradually, you see the health issue will start to come in. Then a lot of things will now begin to come into it. So when those things happen, where do you turn to? Where do you go? What's going to become of you? See, many have failed in life because they are careless. They are careless with their plans. They are careless with their mouth. They are careless with their life. They are careless with their family. They are careless with their business. They are careless with their ministry. And for that reason, they become a failure. So when things are not working, there are, the elders said from the book of the elders, there are many roads that lead to a market. If the road you're traveling on is becoming wobbly, is becoming uncomfortable, look for an alternative route. In other words, change your style, change your plans. Plans that do not work does not really mean that you need to die in that plan. Change it. But the key message for tonight is always make sure you have a plan B. Don't let situation or circumstances box you to a corner that you cannot come out. Don't let circumstances or situation turn you to become a beggar. Don't let situation or circumstances make people that are not supposed to insult you that start to insult you because you have no plan for tomorrow. Things are going on, friends. Things are happening all around. The economy of the world is challenging. Diseases and sicknesses all over the places. Make sure that you have what I call plan B. And I say to you today, what is your own plan B? Now, if what you have now ceased, then who are you going to fall on? What are you going to fall on? Who are you going to depend on? Where do you run to? When you are up there, do you think of people behind, below you, around you? Do you invest your time and your energy and your money in building their life, encouraging them? Look, before you know, those things may be your plan B too. Because by the time you are unable to do things for yourself, they may be the one that will lift you up. Part of having plan B is for you to be a mentor to others, because when you're retired, they will be able to lift you up. This is what I have come to share with you tonight. I pray that you will not be boxed to a corner. I pray that your dream will not die, your visions too will not die. I pray that the Lord will give you wisdom to navigate the challenges of today's world. So, beloved, once again, thank you for joining me tonight. And I just want to encourage you that you please kindly share on your wall to your friends and family. Subscribe to Impact Royal TV on YouTube and on Facebook. Let's make it go viral. It's something in need for you, something in need for someone that you know, and something in need for everyone. Until such a time I come your way again, God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your evening.